from the first time that I attended an event. I think it was in Clemson. Must have been 15 years ago. And special event, and the 40 events that I do throughout the year, this is my favorite. So really happy to be here, and happy to kind of be part of a solution that's a problem, that's identifying a problem that's emerging. AI is the world of opportunity. It's special. We've all come together to be able to talk about it, learn about it, and to develop a pathway to be able to participate in it. One of the things that is most important for me is that we run an entity that has been around for 20 years, and we've been focused on when we saw the emergence of open source 30 plus years ago. We also saw that there were potential risks associated with patents, people looking to assert patents to be able to slow or stall the progress of Linux at the time and open source. And what was developed was a very thoughtful approach that IBM was perhaps the lead architect of, along with Red Hat and a number of other companies, to be able to allow us to become the largest and most significant patent cross-license and patent risk mitigation organization in the history of the tech sector. And so it's quite something to be able to kind of organize and run this organization with people all around the world, to be able to bring people together around a basic idea where we collaborate and build on each other's ideas. We want to be able to ensure that there's precious little, if any, litigation, and that companies come together to cross-license each other on the core technology that we all depend upon. AI is a flashpoint. AI is, obviously, there's a tremendous amount of attention on AI right now, and it is creating, there's some of that attention is negative. It's around people who, whether they're at patent assertion entities or whether they're operating companies that are looking to be able to assert patents and that will ultimately rob us of choice. And what I do is I'm a guardian of the opportunity space. People should have choices to use whatever technology they want whatever they want to be able to grow innovation in their organizations and for the broader society. So we have 4,200 members and growing. We have, for example, most of the largest patent holding companies in the world. We have 206 of the top 250 patent holding companies in China, which to me is a great accomplishment, because over the last 7 years, all those companies have come to participate. It's Huawei, it's Baidu, it's Ali, it's Tencent, it's 360. It's all the most significant companies that we hear about that hold significant patent portfolios and are also among the largest filers in Europe and in North America. And so the idea is to create inclusivity, to essentially create an opportunity space where people look at this and they say, it's more important that we withhold the use of our patents for the benefit, the collaborative benefit, the innovation benefit that we share by coming together to be able to participate in open source. Greater than 3 million patents are part of this community of licensing. We have 1,500 patents that we owned at one point. That number's down now, but we were focused on a monolithic threat early on in our history, 20 years ago. Now we're focused more on a shift away from operating company risk, although some of it's still there, to patent assertion entity risk, patent trolls. And so we had started with $100 million. We raised another $120 million by bringing more companies in. And this is a program that we're very proud of in terms of the accomplishments that we've made thus far and that we continue to make. The coverage area and the scope of what we do is really the most important thing. The unique thing for anybody who kind of looks at licensing and understands licensing, it's very rare, exceptional, I would say, to actually have a license where the licensor can expand the scope of the license without approval of the licensee. Nobody that signs a license wants to have that uncertainty. But because we have, again, the term that I used earlier, authenticity with the community, that we are the whitest of white hats in the technology space and in the patent space, that we have the confidence of the community to be able to expand the scope, and we've expanded it over the last 20 years so that we now have 5,000 packages, software packages, that the content within those packages, the functionality, defines the scope of what the license looks like and as it grows, and the obligation zone of where the cross license is created based on the patents that you have that read on that functionality. We went from recently, just a month ago, we went from a model where everything was free, where we were there were a group of companies subsidizing what we were doing, and these are the companies: Google, IBM, Red Hat, NEC, Philips, Sony, SUSE, and Toyota, with Canonical and TomTom supporting as well. These companies paid all the freight for my team, for my activities, for all the events that we speak at, for all the events we run around the world, for everything we do. These 8 companies, 10 companies, have been involved in funding every bit of that. What we've done is shift so that some of the larger companies in our community will actually start to subsidize and share the subsidization of the benefits that accrue to small, medium-sized companies primarily. 80% of the companies in our community, of the 4,200, are small, medium-sized companies, and then the larger companies now will participate in paying. One of the key elements of this new program is to create more inclusivity, more of an opportunity for people to nominate and contribute nominations. What are the most important things that they use in a company? What are the things that we protect, and what is the delta? We want you to nominate the delta as companies that we can actually take those packages, the things that you're exposed on right now, and include more and more. And AI is one of the big areas that in the next table, the next group of packages that we include will be AI focused, along with quantum. Those are the 2 big areas in our kind of new direction. And we're also introducing tools to help people do this automatically. If you want to talk to me about that, we can do that. But essentially, what it is again, to identify what you're using, what we're covering, and what's in the gap, what's in that delta that we should be covering. And we're doing that in a more automated way with companies all the time. So it's really a call to action. That what we want to do is have more signatories to 2.0, the existing licensees signing this new license, which is a supplemental license to the original one. And we want to have companies that for over 20 years have not signed the license to actually become participants in this community. Because what we're really doing is we're signing a license, we're using the license as a vehicle to be able to create an opportunity for more innovation to occur, and it's a community of opportunity and obligation, the open source community. And so we're now imposing an obligation on some of the larger companies to co-develop and participate with funding to be able to support on a regular basis through a subscription model. This just gives you an example of the kinds of things we look at all the time. Who owns what patents? Where are the important patents held? And how do we make sure we get all those companies under the tent, part of the cross-license obligation? This just gives you a look at, quite simply, 1/3 of the most important patents in AI are owned by Chinese companies. So there's a pretty significant control and ownership position there. The 3 most important patent holding companies in North America, IBM and Google and Microsoft. These are companies that are incredibly important. They're under the OIN license right now. And so as we expand and include more functionality that's related to AI, we're creating more and more neutralization of risk that's potentially out there if those patents are in the hands of an operating company, or as more often is the case, the patents get sold to non-practicing entities and then those companies start litigating. So this shows you where the applications are. The prior slides were showing you who owns what patents now. This shows you what the trending is. Samsung, for example, is one of the leading new filers. Their number was rather low before. But we have 7 of the top 10 companies in the world that are AI filers that are in our community, and we're continuing to grow to ensure that we can limit the risk to people that are utilizing AI technologies, open source technologies that support AI, which is an increasing trend, by the way, as I'm sure most of you know, that most of the LLMs that are produced in the world are actually produced with open source. and their open source models. And so I also wanted to bring your attention to the fact that there's a complementary program that I've been working for the last year and a half with Meta and a number of other companies, IBM, Microsoft, Amazon, a number of other companies are working together to be able to create a protection zone leveraging the OIN model to be able to limit it's called SAIL, and it'll be launched next month. And it will be offered up to companies of all types to participate in. It'll have a very modest annual fee, very similar to OIN. And it will be, again, protecting AI foundation models. And so I'd encourage you to look at that when you hear about it through the press release that they're preparing now. I would hope you would inquire and be interested in participating. And also, our model has been so successful. Not only is it being used for AI in a separate and specific way, but we are also, in response to a number of different questions from the community, we are also right now looking at forming a bookend to our open source software patent risk mitigation license to launching an open hardware license to be able to protect RISC-V, which is another very important technology that we see coming under scrutiny from patent assertion owners, patent assertion entities. And so what we're trying to do is, again, create freedom of opportunity and de-risk and create less friction in the market. Thanks very much for the opportunity to be here. And if you have any questions, please let me know afterwards. Thank you.